supplemental question yesterday, I asked this government if the people of Ontario should prepare for internment camps. In September, the federal government posted a call for expressions of interest for contractors to supply, provide and manage quarantine isolation camps throughout every province and every territory in Canada. These quarantine isolation camps, however, are not limited to people with COVID, but provide a wide latitude for many people to be detained.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kohallah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honor to the Apostles of Israel, aka the Apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. I'm playing this video, a brother posted on social media, and it looks like a Speaker of the House, but in Ontario, Canada, with obviously in Canada, but ultimately everything that's happening in these other countries, because these other countries, due to this coronavirus pandemic, is all getting high measures of basically concentration camps and things of that nature. And, ultimately, now that's what this guy's talking about. And you heard what he just said. He said that it was going to be people to be detained for reasons other than COVID. So what does that mean? The RFID chip, and basically people that's speaking against the government. And obviously, people that in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai know that that's implying them. All right, because you got brothers in Canada, just like you got brothers all across the world, man. Because what these devils are trying to do, they're trying to rid the streets of this truth, man. But what they don't understand is that the truth is already pushed out, and the truth has already been pushed out for over 10 years. But I'm gonna continue to let the video play because this is very prevalent to what's going to come to America as well.
Surely this government is aware of the intentions to build these isolation camps from coast to coast. And my question to the Premier is, how many of these camps will be built, and how many people does this government expect to detain?
Question. Government House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is very true that when people leave the country and when they come back in, that the province is suggesting, and the federal government, in cooperation with the federal government, we are suggesting that people isolate themselves. That has been a practice that has been very successful, not only here in the province of Ontario, but across.
And the scriptures also say what? They just desire to go into a city but can't. You know what I'm saying? Second Esdras. Because basically saying that, people that leave, because this is just Canada, but all these countries are taking the same measure. Basically the people that travel outside, because, you had the thing where people, I forget what country it was, but basically people that was coming from Britain going to this country, I forget the name of the country, but basically it was basically banning people coming from the UK. All right, and so this is going to be a trend going on with all the world, all these countries, man. All right, so how much more the U.S. People coming from the U.S. going to these other countries. People want to travel. You know what I'm saying? But what about when it's time to come back? And to even go there, because you're gonna have people from America that's going to go to another country for a vacation, and then what's going to happen? You have to quarantine for such a certain amount of time, whatever they say. You know what I'm saying? It's getting crazy out. That's why I said what they should desire to go into a city.
Across Canada, and we will, of course, be redoubling our efforts to make sure that the people of the province of Ontario remain safe, Mr. Speaker. So if the member is referring to the fact that that one of the public health policies is that when you return from a jurisdiction outside of the province of Ontario or from another country that you isolate yourself for 2 weeks, I would suggest that has been a good policy that has been working. In fact, this House has been doing the same thing since we came back. We are working in cohorts to make sure that the Legislative Assembly can continue to operate. That's why we have two separate cohorts, Mr. Speaker.
Response.
And with the cooperation of the official opposition, that is why all members of the Independents have been excluded from that cohort, because we want them to be able to participate in debate. So we will continue to do everything in our power to make sure that this House continues, but that the people of the province of Ontario and Canada are kept safe.
Supplementary question.
And they doing all this in the name of safety. Because like this and like brothers have been saying, in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the prophecies are coming to pass. All right, and this COVID-19, this coronavirus is just a precursor to the plan what they really want to do, which is implement that RFID chip. All right, implement the one world government. Because what is this coronavirus and this COVID doing is bringing the whole world in one order. Because everybody's always talking about in safety to prevent the spread of COVID, but what they're really trying to do is commit to their new world order.
Again, back to the Premier. Here's the RFP, and in the RFP, it uses clear language to express that these camps can be used for a broad spectrum of people, not limited to travelers. Indeed, it doesn't even mention international travelers. It's just a broad latitude of people. And I'll send over the copy of the RFP after. So your government must be in negotiations and aware of these plans to potentially detain and isolate citizens and residents of our country and our province.
Why are you trying to detain people, man? All right, either and that's the point of these devils, man. Because these is Edomites, man, going against other Edomites. You already had the bunch of Edomites storm the Capitol building. The scripture said what? Now that's why the people are not going to regard their kings and princes, man, because they're about to imprison the people, man. All right.
So, Speaker,
dude said they're not even talking about international travelers, but talking about their own citizens. All right. That's who he's talking about. That's going to be in these camps.
To the Premier, where will these camps be built? How many people will be detained? And for what reasons? For what reasons can people be kept in these isolation camps? And I'd like.
What reason is that? People that speaking the truth, and not only that, not only people that speaking the prophets, the elect, but most importantly, anybody that goes against the government, man. Anybody that go against the whole New World Order, because the plan is they want to, like it says in Job, the 20th chapter. They're trying to fill their belly up right now, man. So they're gonna get their New World Order off the ground.
To have the Premier assure the people of Ontario.
Member, take a seat.